Finding love is hard for anyone, but it can be especially difficult for Sigma men. Why is that? What makes them different from other men who seem to have an easier time attracting and keeping a partner? Is it their mind, their personality, their approach to life, or something else? Yes, it is all of this and more. It is not just about the Sigma men. Most women would also find it challenging to keep a relationship with these men, though they always initially fall in love with Sigma males. Maintaining the relationship is the difficult part. So let's dive into this conundrum and unravel the mystery. 1. Sigma males are demanding. These men are used to living a motivated life. They are always onto and up to something. There is simply no time they are not challenging and driving themselves. Women love men that are highly driven. They also wish to be inspired, or so they think. The truth is, most people actually are not ready to commit to working towards the success they desire. It is simply too hard and no fun. Most women just want to have fun. They want the proceeds of the success, but don't want any part in the work. So initially they start with the Sigma male, excited by his drive and excited that he is helping them get better. But it soon becomes a challenge they cannot continue, so problems start arising. This is where they begin to complain that he works too much. They complain that he is never satisfied with what has been achieved. The Sigma male now finds himself with a woman that used to be crazy for him, now driving him crazy with complaining. She would complain about why he has so much money, but not buying the things other people are buying. Most women cannot simply understand the discipline and drive of a Sigma male. There are a few women who love men like this and can commit to them, but finding one can be hard, unfortunately. 2. He needs a partner that inspires him. Should relationships not be a platform for couples to inspire each other? That should be basic, but unfortunately, that is not the reality. Relationships have killed more dreams than Thanos did with the snap of his fingers. Most men, and even women, lose sight of their goals and ambitions the moment they get into a relationship. Some would say anything for the sake of love, but Sigma men don't agree that love should be the reason why men should stop striving to achieve their dreams. Instead, they want someone that would encourage them all the way. This is usually a cause for breakups in most relationships a Sigma male has. He soon realizes that he is losing track of his goals. His personality is also being influenced. If a woman cannot accept his focused and elevated drive, then she is not worth being with him. He would drop such a woman faster than a kid drops a hot potato. His dream. A great relationship is having a woman he can inspire and in turn inspires him. He wants a woman that is cool about his focus and not one that is trying to occupy his time or change his personality. Again, it is common to see women who support their men at the initial stage of the relationship, but later think they can change who he is. Number 3. He is not afraid of starting all over. Sigma men are a rare breed of men indeed. Most men, once invested in a relationship, find it extremely difficult to break up, even when they realize the woman is just not the one for them. Not the Sigma male. He would lose interest in a lady that is giving him too much trouble faster than a punctured balloon loses air, and he is always willing to start over again when there is nothing to fight for. The Sigma male would count the lost time in the relationship as a price he must pay to learn his lessons and move on. Sometimes, the fear of calling it quit and starting afresh has only led most relationships into the trenches. Sigma males hate having a complicated life, and when the relationship gets their life tangled up instead of straightened out, they know it is time to call it quits. Is this not just common sense? You are probably asking. Everyone should do the same when they are in such a relationship. That is true, but the reality is most relationships are not going well, and the parties are in it because they feel indebted to each other, or it could be out of pity, and sometimes fear of not finding someone else. Number 4. Beautiful but shallow. Men generally complain a lot about not meeting women who can think deeply. Today, social media has made it even worse. The expectations of most women have become unrealistic. People are living a life of fantasies that requires some serious delusions. Most men have adapted to this reality of living in a dumb world, and some men have dumbed down too and become part of a mainstream culture that is based on delusional thinking, which is applauded as cute. When a Sigma male meets a woman, he assesses her intellect and how much of the world she is aware of. He wants someone who is not just good-looking, but good at meaningful conversations too. If the conversations he is always having to have with his woman are talks about things that add no value, then it is only a matter of time before he gets fed up. It is always delightful when the Sigma man finds a woman he can run his thoughts through. That creates connection, and that is what matters to him more than looking good. 5. He is a lie detector. Liars come in different packages, but they are all liars. What makes a liar is the habit of telling lies. So it is not about the lie, it is about the habit. Sigma males would overlook an occasional lie, especially when he senses it came from fear of a misunderstanding, but they would not tolerate a liar because he is not a liar himself. Sigma males try to be as forthright as possible. They usually open up on issues with honesty, and they often damn the consequences of being honest. This way they are always free and have nothing to hide. So when a Sigma male meets a woman that has a habit of lying, he gets disgusted. And do not be fooled by the silence of a Sigma male. He is almost always quietly listening and observing, picking up the details of what is being said and evaluating the situation. If something is off and not making sense, he can easily notice it because of the way his mind works. That is why he is almost always calm and reserved. It is his way of processing information. So if a lady is lying to him, it usually does not take long for him to figure it out. Some ladies love faking it. The most common thing is faking their look. Note that it is okay to dress for the occasion. But when a lady changes too much about her look, she risks making the man fall in love with the wrong person. So when he eventually sees her the way she really is without all the accessories and makeup, there is a possibility he would lose interest. This is especially true with online dating, where filters and makeup are used extensively, only for the man to lose interest when he eventually meets the woman. This is actually a form of lies and a reason why some relationships never survive their inception. Another common form of lies is when women try to manage the truth so they can avoid taking responsibility. Can also be a serious issue when dealing with a Sigma male that would not hesitate to call it quits. 6. Sigma men are unrealistic. Despite all the great qualities Sigma men have, the truth is they are really unrealistic in their expectations. The problem is they expect a high standard from everyone, and this is just not possible. People are naturally lazy, disrespectful, and dishonest, and the Sigma man is having none of it. Unfortunately, that is just how the world is, and people can have really low ethics. Because the Sigma man refuses to compromise on his standards, he would often find himself frustrated and disappointed. Finding a perfect person is impossible, but even though he is not looking for a perfect woman, the standard of the Sigma male is still too high. This leaves him searching and rarely finding the one. In the end, he always has to learn the hard way and prioritize what he wants and learn to overlook the rest. It takes Sigma males a while to learn to compromise, and this makes it hard for them to find the right woman. 7. Sigma men think too much. Sigma men love to evaluate themselves at the end of the day or the end of every situation. They tend to overthink things because they always want things to be perfect. These men don't leave things to chance. So after a date, they go back and process every detail. They would evaluate and reevaluate everything possible about the lady and the conversations they had. This inevitably leaves them disappointed in most cases. It would take time for the Sigma man to find someone that fits his personality. 8. Their focus on logic can be an issue. Focusing on logic when there is a disagreement should be a great way of arriving at who is right and who is wrong. But in relationships, this is not what people want. When a man disagrees with a woman, she doesn't care about logic. She just wants you to understand where she is coming from, even if her reasons are just based on emotions. Men know all too well that acknowledging emotions and sentiments is just part of the relationship, and allowing her to win some arguments is just the only way to move on. So when the Sigma male always tries to get reason and logic into the argument and is met with resistance, it can be a strange experience for him. He must learn to compromise, because that is just how most relationships are. In the end, there is a woman for every man. So it is only a matter of time for Sigma males to find the perfect one without compromising too much. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and watch this one as well. Thanks for watching.